This is the place they say people come from far, far, far away to find their dreams, chasing down these meteors and comets called dreams in the sky of life.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy K-Dot, the first black Super Saiyan to arrive on this planet, and I'm back here with another video. I watched the amazing, the fantastical, the magnificent Jeepers Creepers Reborn. What a trash movie this movie was.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Garbage. Dookie. Trash. Booty juice. The stank on the shit. That's what this movie is. You got Jeepers Creepers Reborn is horrible. This is a legitimate 0 out of 10 movie. Horrible green screen. There's literally a scene in this movie where police officers show up, and I even think the cars are fake too. Everything looks so fucking fake. The green screen was atrocious. Camera quality good, but green screen horrible. That shit was bad. I understand this movie was made during the pandemic, but even for pandemic standards, this was horrible. Like, no movie made during the pandemic looked this bad, and this movie looked bad, like horrible. Just to start things off, I think this movie is way worse than Jeepers Creepers 3. Jeepers Creepers 3 is still weak because Jeepers Creepers 3 set up a premise. And it was in the trailers and stuff going like, who's the creeper? What's the creeper? What is this thing? And the movie never delivers none of that. Doesn't even elaborate, explain. They show characters in the movies, the creeper's origins, but they don't say shit about his origin. So the movie was so unnecessary because you don't even get the answers you need. Right? What they set up at the end of 3 is what this movie, Jeepers Creepers Reborn, should have been. But sadly, it wasn't. We'll go back to that second of how I would have made this movie a lot better. Especially with how the Creeper's resurrection should have been. His Creeper's resurrection in this movie was handled horribly. It was lame. It just happened. But with this movie, these people working on it, y'all do not respect the lore of this franchise that was established. I mean, 3, yeah, it added in like the Creeper's mobile being a Batmobile, like had all these gadgets and stuff. Wow, you know, that stuff was like, it was a little too much. Not even as bad as what they did here. I'm gonna tell you this much. I'd rather take bulletproof Jeepers Creepers mobile, the Creeper mobile, over the shit they do in this movie. So, first things first, they add a cult. So now there's a cult of the Creeper that helps the Creeper kill people, trap them, and they help feed the Creeper. Where was this cult at in the first 2 movies? Because in the first movie, he was working alone. He literally burned down his church where he had a bunch of bodies at 4 years. Obviously, he had this hideout 4 years and been able to go back here from time and time again. And Derry and Trish compromised his hideout. The police went there. He burned down everything. So you're telling me there was a cult working with him, helping him this whole time? You're telling me that? Bullshit. Adding in a cult to the Creeper was stupid. In this movie, they introduce a ability where the Creeper can summon crows to, I guess, eat his body and transport him somewhere else. But okay, wait a minute. Then why didn't Jeepers Creepers 2, when Ray Wise killed the Creeper, why didn't the crows come and take his body and take him somewhere so nobody can do nothing to his body? See, this movie creates so much questions, more questions that do not make sense or add up with the previous movies. Like, you're gonna ask questions and you're not gonna get a good answer that adds up. And I know people are probably confused on what this movie is, on if it's a reboot or not. This is not a reboot. This is a direct continuation. And the way they continue this was horrible. So, the Creeper's resurrection in this movie, trash. That shit was weak as fuck. Let me tell you how the Creeper should have been revived in this movie. Let me go. Let's dive into my mind and see how I would have revived the Creeper. Well, obviously have him at the same barn where he was hung up at. Oh, this is the worst thing about this movie too. I mean, everything about this movie is bad. They couldn't even replicate the same. They filmed this in another country. They couldn't even build or just use some CGI to put the Creeper in the same barn that he died in. The place he resurrected from was looked like some factory, some brick house or whatever. You guys just seen the house on the screen now. That house was not in this movie. The Creeper came out of some other random shit. And the house is all abandoned and shit. Like, what? The house is not abandoned. Literally, the son in Ray Wise character, Ray Wise, the dad, was waiting with a post puncher to impale the Creeper and start they fight again. And Ray Wise and the son is not in this movie. So Jack Taggart Jr. He wasn't in this movie. I don't care if they had to recast or whatever, but this is how the resurrection should have happened. The Creeper wakes up. Jack Taggart is there waiting or whatever, or he falls asleep, or he's not even awake. I don't know. He's an old man. He's old as hell. This is 2021. He's old, and the Creeper wakes up. He starts to do his little molting and stuff and moving around and all that. He's kind of effed up, but still somewhat strong. Jack Taggart shoots the harpoon. The Creeper's kind of ready. He takes it. It looks at Jack Taggart. Jumps down. Still kind of weak, decrepit, struggling to move a little bit, but still strong enough to come back and bounce back. Pulls out that harpoon, the post puncher, and pins down Ray Wise's character. Takes that harpoon, that post puncher, just like Ray Wise did him in 2, and get that sweet revenge. He gets down, sniffs him up and stuff, see what body parts he want to get. But, he realizes, oh, this dude old as heck. I can't use these body parts. Then he just dips and runs because he's still kind of weakened and stuff, but still strong enough to at least take down an old man. Jack Taggart comes in, sees his dad on the ground dead, the Creeper crawling out and running away. And Jack Taggart, just pissed. Tries to shoot at him, but the Creeper's getting away and stuff, moving pretty quick. And all Jack Taggart can do is just go to his father, stand by him, and just hold him, and just cry into his dad that, oh my God, I just lost my dad. And now he wants to hop on this mission of revenge to go kill the Creeper. And this is why I say this movie should have been Trish and even Jack Taggart Jr., just like the original Jeepers Creepers 3 script, where they finally team up to go and take out the Creeper. Not saying they defeat the Creeper in this movie, but that's what this movie should have been. This movie is trying to play on a territory of being a reboot, trying to keep the old and do something new. You can't do that. Bumblebee, another horrible movie. That shit was trash. Literally Iron Giant 2.0. That movie literally is an Iron Giant copy. Like, it's a copy of Iron Giant, just with different characters. Bumblebee, and this is why I don't give the movie that leeway it should get, because the movie cannot even commit to be what it wants to be. It wants to be a reboot, but it keeps all the Michael Bay stuff, but they're trying to get away from the Michael Bay stuff. They keep Bumblebee's, they make everyone else G1 versions of themselves, but they make Bumblebee Michael Bay's Bumblebee, not G1 Bumblebee. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then near the end of the movie, they give him the same exact Camaro that Michael Bay gave Bumblebee in his Transformers 1. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're trying to connect, but you want to be different, but you don't want to connect. Like, pick one. Whatever this movie was, they should have just rebooted it. But even as a reboot, this movie is still bad. It's still not even good. The dialogue is so corny. If y'all remember that Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot on Netflix, that's how corny the dialogue was. There's a line in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Netflix movie where a Asian dude is literally, they're all on a bus, all these people. They see this dude with a chainsaw. And this is the first thing these people do. They pull out their phones and record. Instead of being smart and running away, this Asian dude says,
"Try anything and you're canceled, bro."
Oh, fuck.
That's what the dialogue is in this movie. It is so horrible. It is bad. The dialogue is so corny. Yes, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 had its corny moments, but that dialogue was not. And I think it's because it's a different time. Like, Jeepers Creepers 1 was made in 2001. Jeepers Creepers 2 was made in 2004. Dialogue is different. The lingo, way people talk back in the early 2000s is different from today. You know, you got people now saying cap, all that stuff. The dialogue is different. Not saying they say that stuff in this movie, but it's so damn corny. Look, I'm part of the Gen Z millennial like phase and shit. But god damn, this dialogue is so damn corny. It doesn't even work. It doesn't work with the tone of the creeper. It doesn't work with what this should be. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. Either you take it serious and don't make it goofy. Jeepers Creepers 2 was more action-packed and had some goofy moments, but it still was a creepy, scary, and a very serious movie. Some of the kids on that bus had some corny lines and shit. They did. But you had some actors like DJ's character that later in the movie was given a great, his performance was ramping up. That damn, you in that part when he pulled down Scotty and pinned him down on the bus and told him, "Hey man, don't fuck with me. I'll leave your ass on this bus. Don't fuck with me." I was like, damn, that motherfucker.
Well, and I hope he does. I'm gonna be the one getting as far away from your sorry ass as I can.
They was acting in the first two movies.
On the walls like some psycho version of the Sistine Chapel. What? You don't believe me? Drive out to the old church. If you don't believe me, you think I'm lying.
No one's saying you're lying, Darius.
Good, because I'm not lying.
Look at this from my point.
This movie, they wasn't acting. Even the... Yes, a lot of these horror movies have tropes and stuff, but my gosh. So y'all know the trope of women just slipping and shit? The Asian girl who's in this movie, when she dies, she literally trips on purpose. It's not even that she trips over anything. She trips on purpose so she can die. Like, the director... she doesn't trip on purpose like she wants to die. The way it's directed is that the director was like, alright, fall on purpose. But there's nothing to follow. Just fall over on purpose because we need you to die. We need to have the creeper kill you and eat you. Okay. Like, this bitch could have ran away from the creeper and she literally stands right there and falls back. Like, she falls on her ass on purpose. It's the funniest shit ever. I was like, bitch, get up and run. Run, bitch, run.
Run, bitch! Run!
Y'all, oh my gosh. This movie is a comedy and it's not even trying to be a comedy. The guy playing the creeper, there are some moments when he had some good moments, right? I'd say, for example, a lot of the shots that was good with him was the parts when he was like in the back of his truck and he's like grabbing things, and you know they're still hiding his face and stuff. And that was the beauty of Jeepers Creepers 1. You're hiding the creeper so much, and then when you get to the climax, you finally show his face. You're in genuine horror. In Jeepers Creepers 1, the actors did not see the creeper until they filmed the scene with the cat at the cat lady's house, and that's the first time they saw the creeper. So it was a genuine reaction of fear in that sequence. Right? You know, and that's that just goes to how good the directing, how the directing was, and how the director was, thinking about, all right, I want to put genuine fear in this movie, not some bullshit fear. So he created it, and he gave us a great sequence of two actors who didn't know what to expect, but when they got into it, oh my gosh, they're like, what the fuck is that? And then they just rolled with it and did their thing. They just did their thing. These actors in this movie is weak. You got the cliche redneck motherfucker up in this movie, with his, he's strapped. He got his strap and shit. He got his beard, his flannel on. What? Oh yeah, he was throwing hands with the creeper too. Y'all, this dude was throwing hands with the creeper like fist to cuffs. Y'all remember the black dude that's fighting Jason in Jason Goes to Manhattan? The black dude was doing a lot better, but this dude was really fading with the creeper. And in such a stupid sequence, he gets stabbed once, and the creeper's like, "Urgh!" And then the redneck dude takes the creeper's record player, hits him on the back, and he's like, "Oh!" It was so stupid. I'm like, nigga, you can take bullets to your fucking chest, but that fucking record player really knocked you over like that? He's like, "Oh!" I'm like, oh my gosh, motherfucker. You literally took that post puncher to the chest and was pulling that thing. And mind you can still see the post puncher wound in his stomach. And this is where I get to my other issue with this movie. What was wrong with his regeneration abilities? Because these regeneration abilities was butchered. Whenever, in Jeepers Creepers 1, when the creeper literally got ran over, I'd say worse than the post puncher. His body got jacked up. Trish ran him over and messed him up. Messed him up to a point where he should be dead. Legs gone. Half his wing is broken. Arm is crushed. He was limping, walking like a pimp and shit. And then I'm over here like, damn, this motherfucker's still going? He should be dead. But mind you, he's a demonic, whatever he is. He's something. An alien, a parasite, whatever this thing is. We know the thing on the back of his head is the actual creature. But we don't know what this is. We just know it's something not of this earth. That's what it is. And when you get to the part in the prison of Jeepers Creepers 1 when he's eating the person's body, he fully regenerated. Like, he's back to full strength. His arms is fixed, his legs is fixed, he's perfectly back in working order. So why can't he do the same in this movie? That's what I'm saying. They made him look weak and they made him look weak. They made him skinny. He was decaying and stuff because what was leaked was that he was trying to eat a baby fetus to be back at full strength. But even then, why a baby fetus? Because in this movie, the whole plot of this movie is the creeper trying to eat a baby fetus specifically. It was set up that this baby would give it life. Like, life gives it a new... Just know life is supposed to do something good for it, right? The creeper is trying to eat a baby fetus this whole movie. They never do it, never accomplish it. He never accomplishes it. He actually loses. And like, why did he need a baby fetus to be fully regenerated? Why? The movie never explains it. The movie has the same problem Jeepers Creepers 3. You set up a plot and you never execute it and give the audience what the fuck they want. You having to sit here waiting for this answer and you don't give the fucking answer. And now these motherfuckers gonna do a Jeepers Creepers 5. I don't want to see this whole team touching this movie. Keep all of them away from it. They don't know what they're doing. The people who filmed this movie don't know what they're doing. The person who directed this movie don't know what he's doing. The writers who wrote this movie do not know what they're doing. And why do the effects on the creeper look so shitty? His little those little mandible things that come out, they look so horrible that practical work from 2001 Jeepers Creepers 1 look way better than what people are doing in 2022. You are telling me in 2001 people can make a better looking creeper? You know, I mean, this is the first time we've seen them, but it's just like, it blows my mind. That doesn't make any sense. Technology has improved. We have improved. You should be doing better than what came before, not worse. And you did worse. They couldn't even do the creeper right practically. Stupid. Oh, and Jonathan Breck should have been the creeper in this movie. But I'm kind of glad Jonathan Breck wasn't, because he would have been wasted anyways. At least he would have been the highlight of the movie, because he would have been doing the creeper. But Jonathan Breck, if you want to do Jeepers Creepers, he has to be the creeper. He has to. I'm sorry. If you're going to do it, he needs to do it. At least in Jeepers Creepers 3, the creeper's mannerisms was like at least done well, to the point where I was still creeped out to an extent. Like, just what, like, he's Jeepers Creepers, he creeps you out. Like, he creeps you the freak out. That's his role. He creeps you out. And Jonathan Breck was even doing that for me in Jeepers Creepers 3. But in this movie, yes, there's some moments where the guy is doing okay, but overall, he's just a joke. He trash. And then he easily gets defeated at the end of the movie. Lane's character takes his weapons, his little ninja stars, hits him in the face with it. It was so corny. And then she throws his ninja stars into his eyes, and he's walking around going like, "Oh, I can't see." And then her boyfriend and the redneck dude pull this thing out at the top of the house and throws it into the creeper's mouth, and he's just like standing there all dead and shit. And some stupid fucking birds come, and I guess they take piece of his body and took him somewhere else. I'm like, what is this shit? It don't make any damn sense. Why wouldn't they in Jeepers Creepers 2? It's stupid. Look, it is sad when a child molester can make a better movie than you. That is sad. I'm sorry, that is sad. How a child molester knows how to make a better movie than these competent people here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Timo, a child molester can make a better movie than you. You doing all this gassing up, all these shitty the shitty marketing for your movie, and this is what you give us? You really thought this was good to even put out in theaters? And y'all, my theater experience was scarier than this movie. That's what I'll say. My theater experience was scarier than this movie. I broke this down in my spoiler-free review. Go check it out there. But my theater experience was scarier than this movie. How? This movie made me laugh more than Thor: Love and Thunder. And Thor: Love and Thunder is actually meant to be a comedy. And this is not supposed to be. There's a shot in this movie where, and this is what I said in my spoiler-free review, this movie turns into a corny-ass 80s action movie. It's so corny. There's literally a shot where the creeper crashes his truck into a satellite, which thing knocks out all the phones and the, all the radio signals and stuff. And the internet, basically makes everybody phones at the Horror Hound Festival in this movie stop working. He literally does a slow motion walk from an explosion. Motherfucker, this is not an action movie. This is a horror movie. It's supposed to be. Oh my gosh. Not saying horror movies can't have action, but this was straight up like some action movie territory stuff. Like, what are we doing? This is like not even the right genre. The Horror Hound Festival in this movie went on for too long. That shit was boring. It was stupid. Why the fuck are we here? These corny ass people walking around doing all these. That Horror Hound Festival was trash. Went on too long in this damn movie. And then in this sequence, I'm sorry guys, at this point I'm nitpicking, but this movie deserves to get nitpicked. Let's nitpick it. There's a sequence in this movie where the creeper randomly kills a person just to kill him. Out of nowhere. Well, for the most part, we know most people he kills, he's going to kill them because he needs something from you. He straight up kills a person, doesn't even sniff them out and try to consume their body parts. He just kills them. For no reason. Other than just for fun. I understand the creeper loves to do his sick, sinister stalking and stuff when he has his eyes set on you. Like, if he caught your scent, he's going to play around with you. That's when he plays around with you. Other than that, he's incognito, hiding out until he finds his next meal. I mean, that's literally what it is. But nah, this movie, stupid. I think the only character I liked in this movie was Chase, but even then, he didn't even do that good. I liked him in the second half after Lane got taken. That's when I liked his character. Before that, he was just like a fanboy of horror and stuff. You know, getting excited over knives and shit. I'm like, bruh, you corny as hell. This whole movie was corny. It was corny. There's a line in this movie where Lane says some shit like, how about those peepers, bitch? I'm like, shut the fuck up. You corny as hell. Who wrote that and told you to say that? Who wrote that? Who told you to say that? Why'd you say that? Why? Why you say something so stupid? That sounds stupid. It was trash. I'm sorry, you guys. This movie is so disrespectful to the Lord. And this is why, you know what? I'm not fully with gatekeeping, but there has to be some gatekeeping to an extent. This is why, for example, with the anime and video game community, this is why when they do like live action adaptations of video game in movies and the fans are so critical of it, it's for a good reason, because we don't want you butchering like the stuff we like. I know people want to come in and do their own things, have their own fresh ideas, but it's when you adapting some stuff, you need to have some type of respect for the work you adapting, like at least some. If not, then make your own shit. Like, come up with your own original idea. Don't take somebody else's shit, not even understand it or respect it to an extent, and then take it and just want to butcher it. Especially if it's a good piece of work. Yes, Victor Solve is trash. You already know that. But the product itself, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, great fucking movies. It's honestly my favorite. Those are my favorite horror movies, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. If I had a top 3 horror movie, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 is in my top 2. Jeepers Creepers 1 is my favorite. Jeepers Creepers 2 is my, my second favorite, but first is always Jeepers Creepers 1. This movie, in Jeepers Creepers 1, that daytime shot when the creeper is staring down Derry and Trish as they drive past him is scarier than anything going on in this stupid joke of a movie. That's crazy. A daytime shot. Most horror movies, they like to, take use the night, use the dark areas to scare people. But a whole daytime shot of the creeper staring down 2 people from afar. We don't know who this person is, and then he gets in that truck, starts chasing them down. That shit was scarier than this whole movie.
The hell is that?
What the?
And that's sad. That's sad. Timo, please. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but bro, you just like straight up like some niggas had hope for you, and you just straight up killed all they hope because you made such a bad movie. Honestly, do not go watch this movie in theaters. Don't support it the next 2 days. Or yeah, this is the last day. Don't go support this movie. Don't give it any money. Do not support this movie. I'm telling you guys. Do not support it. Because if you support it, you're going to be endorsing stupidity, dumb writers, an idiot director, and all these stupid people to keep making stupid shit with content we love. Like, don't endorse them. Don't give them any money. Bootleg this if you want it. Watch it. Watch it for free. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, bootleg this shit. Do not watch this movie. Do not endorse it. Because if you're a fan of Jeepers Creepers, don't support this movie. You can support it if you want. But if you're a fan, you shouldn't be supporting this movie. Because this pisses on so much lore. I'm sorry. And overall, just for me to end it, you know, because I do want to close this up. I never been so frustrated with a film, and a lot of films do, but this film like probably pissed me off the most because you took something I truly love, and you straight up fucked it up. You did bad. Like, this isn't even bearable. This is horrible. Man, it's crazy how a fucking child molester made a better movie than you, Timo. My goodness. Yeah, I said that. It's fucked up, but I have to say it. A child molester. This movie is a 0 out of 10. This movie is garbage. This movie is trash. This is the worst movie of 2022. It's funnier than Thor 4. At least it is funnier. You know, it's not supposed to be funny, but oh, this movie is funnier than Thor 4. Yeah. But I'm about to go ahead and end this review. 0 out of 10. This movie trash, guys. Don't support it. Deuces.
What'd you do?